we have Trump. The reason we had the big green pump today was because we had Trump says, Greenland framework with the NATO involves mineral rights for U.S. Okay? So, what does that mean? Now, first of all, if you didn't already know like this was gonna happen, you need a crash course in what happens when tariffs. Okay, this has happened at the literally every single point there was a tariff news that existed. That's what happened. It's called taco. Okay, Trump he always goes the opposite. He always does the opposite. Okay, so yes, there was tariffs, but he backed off. Yes, China had tariffs, but he backed off. Yes, like a whole lot of people had tariffs, but they backed off back in April 2025. Remember, so we already knew this was going to happen, and we actually talked about this the last live. But it was really just about finding good dip areas, good buying opportunities. Okay, that was the main thing to pay attention to. But now they have a framework, and I still think it's going to develop. I still think there could possibly be some news that comes out that's like the opposite of like there's no frame, but eventually there is going to be a deal, and it's really just positioning yourselves because right now we're in the greatest, I believe, we're in the greatest market currently. Okay, we're in the greatest market. This is the market that you can make a whole lot of money in. This is a market that we have been making a whole lot of money in. All right. So let's find the best setups. And really, like, if you wait for Trump to tell you the market's bullish, he's giving you the same playbook every single time. Okay, it's tariffs and then all time highs, tariffs and then all time highs, tariffs and then all time highs. Okay, tariffs and then all time highs. You guys remember back in China or the China dump that you have right here back in October 10th, right? You had the China dump, October 10th dump. This is the dump. This is when he put 100% tariffs on China. Okay, what happened after? All time highs. Boom. Now we've been in a kind of like a weird period. Okay, this has been like a consolidation period, and this just makes the move to me gonna be even more explosive. Okay, because we've had this long extended consolidation period from all time highs back in November 3rd to January 21st. Okay, so for 3 months, almost going on 4 months, we've been in a very long, really consolidation period. This is what it is, okay? Meaning we're not making new all-time highs. We're kind of just inside of this range, okay? But with this new Greenland framework deal, yada yada yada, whatever they put together, whether that's new U.S. land or some mineral, whatever it is, the plan after is always all-time highs. Okay, we saw the same thing. That was the most recent one. The China tariffs. But back in April, some of you guys were so scared on this one. But back in April, you had the same thing happening. I'm gonna put tariffs on everything, and you had it all the way down here, right? You had it dump all the way down here. This is when the tariffs was going crazy. Okay. And I remember back here, so many people were scared. Like they thought we entered into a recession, but really, all you have to do is buy the dip, and that's exactly what we talked about doing, was just buying the dip. That's all you had to do. Okay, so if you've been following Wama and you didn't buy this dip, you don't listen. Okay, what happened after those tariffs happened? Okay, you had tariffs, and then what happened? You had all-time highs. Okay, you had all-time highs. All right, now with this extended consolidation period, I think this all-time highs is going to be a very euphoric all-time high, especially considering when you look at what small caps have already been doing. Okay, and this, when I say this, I mean the euphoria happens when a lot of people are making money on just random dookie stocks. Okay, and like really, it's already been happening, but I think it's just gonna take. I think it's gonna be even more of a. I think it's gonna be even more obvious. Okay, like some of you guys remember back. I always like bringing up Upstart or even Lemonade back in 2021, but Upstart, this was a peak euphorium stock. Back when back in the 2021 market. Okay, where you had this literally go to 400 after it consolidated at 114. Really IPO'd at $40, and then 6 months, 7 months later, you saw it all the way at 400. Okay, so peak euphoria, I believe, is coming to the market, especially when you look at IWM, and I believe in the Nasdaq and even the Dow Jones. I think everything is really just very, very, very bullish right now, but especially small caps, because small caps, IWM, if you don't know, is going through a multi-year breakout. Okay, and it's actually been relatively stronger than the Qs, then the Dow Jones, then the S&P 500, because money's rotating, which normally happens, like I always say, at the ends of the bull runs. Okay, so we are at the end, but this is where the most fun is had. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at some of the stocks you guys will look at. Somebody said blah blah blah. He has a baby as his profile picture. I can't take him serious. I don't even know. Is that your baby? I don't even want to say anything if that's your baby, but come on, man. Listen, come on, man. We try to make some money. Come on, man. Stop playing around. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Scroll up, man. You would rather sit on here and watch somebody, you would rather sit on here and watch somebody cook with their booty cheeks out, bro. Go watch that, man. Go watch. Actually, don't even watch that. Like, really, like, clean your feed. But like, come on, bro. We're trying to make some real money in the stock market, and you over here putting blah blah blah. Like, come on, man. Even if I don't know what I'm talking about, like, come on, man. Like, give us some real if you know what you're talking about, right? Anyways, man. Bro would rather watch that though. Like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Get real, man. Come on, dude. We talking stocks over here, man. We drink water over here. Water, stocks, Bible. And bro just got done doing something crazy on the. I'm back. RR. We're gonna look at RR. But first we gotta look at Tesla. First we have to look at Tesla. And this to me just looks absolutely beautiful, but it has earnings, okay? The thing, and you know why I don't want to say this is massively bullish, but it is massively bullish. Okay, this thing is going to end up getting to 550 plus, but is it going to happen now or is it going to happen later? Is the real question. You do have daily hidden divergence, but that's not what I like the most. What I like the most is actually this weekly chart. Okay, this weekly chart is very good because look what I'm about to do right here. Look at this. Boom, boom. How did I know? So it is now sitting in the area where it just has perfect risk to reward, and then until you get a weekly close below 420, below 425, there's no reason to believe that this is going any lower. Okay, if it gets a close below 425, then you can say like, okay, it might go back below 400. Okay, but until you get that weekly close below 425, you want to remain bullish on something like Tesla. Okay. You literally have it closing above there for the past 3, 4, 5. You literally just have it doing that the entire time. And now you have massive bullishness coming into the market. So I actually think Tesla looks very good. It has earnings in 7 days, though, which is next week. We also have FOMC next week. So Tesla will either be very explosive here or it'll be, it'll start close below the weekly 425, and it might start retesting, below 400. So it's in an interesting area. I like calls here more than I do pushes because this is a bullish structure. Like, there's no reason to be bearish on something that looks like this has been in a bullish uptrend since the tariffs back in 2025, right? You literally have higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher. You understand? So there's no reason to be bearish on this right here. You're actually getting a very great risk to reward entry right here. Okay, so to me, this is just good risk to reward. This looks to me bullish. Very bullish. You have it in the golden pocket. You got it in the Fibonacci retracement, which I love looking at on the weekly. So until you get a weekly close below 425, yeah, it may wick below there. Yeah, it may go below there, like we saw this week, right? And some people chicken out. Some people get scared because they're looking at lower time frames or they're just day trading. But if you look at the weekly and you're not a roach. If you're looking at the weekly and you're not a roach and you're looking to get some professional contracts, right? Meaning you're looking to get, some May, let's say you got some May 450s last week, right? You're definitely waiting for it to close the weekly below 425. You don't care about the wicks, okay? Okay? Put your cufflinks back on. You don't care about the wicks. Okay, you care more about how it's closing on a weekly time frame. And until it closes below 425 on a weekly time frame, there's no reason to really panic. Okay, so it's sitting in an amazing bounce area. I think it's gonna bounce. It's already bounced. Okay, it's bullish as long as you get weekly close above 425. All right. Anyways, let's move on. Let's look at RR. Oh man, is it time? $864 billion market cap, Huge consolidation. People love this stock back when it was pumping to $7. Is it time? Is it time? Is it gonna be this easy? Is it gonna be this easy? I think the answer is yes. Because like I said, we're in a euphoric market. I think the answer is yes. Okay, but let's look at the only thing is now it's close. Like you just saw what I did. I just drew where the rejection was going to be, and that's where it's been rejecting from for literally all of January. Every single time it went there, it rejected. But now you're actually today, it had a lot of this looks ready. Had a lot of volume today, and it blasted above there. Okay, it blasted above there. Huge daily pin bar close above 415. So until you get another daily close below 415, there's no reason to be bearish on something like RR. Okay, so I really like it above 415. It's telling me that it's ready to retest 467. Now the thing with some of these small caps is that they do have a lot of they got some legs to make up. Okay, after their dump that they had October 10th, they have some legs to make up. Okay, so you need it above $5. You need it back above 565. You need it back above 737, and really 737 is where the party starts. Now why is that where the party starts? Well, I don't like all these green lines, so I'm gonna delete them. But you definitely need it back above 563. Okay, but I really do like this setup. I'm gonna delete all these except 415. Okay, because 415 it needs to stay above, and then it has to get above some certain resistances. But the bigger picture where RR could possibly be, which like I said, it's a small cap world. This is a euphoric type of market that's building. So really, I like looking at bigger price targets, and this is something that we've been paying attention to, since October 10th. And I think October 10th was just a huge event because you had a lot of these stocks at their party start level. Okay, if we go look back at October 10th, this is where a lot of small caps were at their party starts levels. Okay, and I think a reset came, and now they look like they're ready to start going above their party to start level. Okay, the market hasn't quoted to me. I think it's going to meet that here very, very soon. I think markets are going to pump very, very hard. Okay, but I don't know why I put RR, but this is where the party starts. Okay, this is the P level. Okay, so above 749, that's where you're gonna get that IPO retest, and that's where you can even get like 20 plus. So I like RR. It's making some movements. Okay, it's making some movements, and to be honest, this is where you want to get into it anyways. Okay, this is where you would get some professional contracts. Okay, you would get some. If you like RR, really you would just buy equity, right? That's really you would just buy equity. Okay, especially for some of these small cap, really you would just buy equity. Okay, build that foundation first. Okay, but I like RR. Looks good. No reason not to be bullish on something like this, right? I know Big Daddy missed me. Who is this, man? Who is this? Who is this, man? Who is that, man? What are you talking about, man? Did we do Apple already? Meta for HVAC. I'm weak. Let's look at Meta, man. Let's look at Meta. So, first of all, you got a terrible entry, okay? But I think Meta is bullish as long as you get weekly close above 420.21. Okay? But I will say, or not 421, 621. But I will say, you want to be particularly careful on something like Meta because really you want weekly close above 618. Okay, it doesn't even need to be 621. You need weekly close above 618. Okay, so this week needs to close above 618. It'll put you in a more bullish situation, just like Tesla. Okay, so if Tesla goes, or like we talked about for Tesla, if Tesla starts closing the weekly below 6, or 425, that's where it's more bearish. Okay, but for Meta, it's 618. Okay, so last week it closed above 618. This week you can see it. It's tricking people out. Okay, it's taking out the paper hands. It's putting you down to 600. The people who are getting roach contracts. The people who don't know what's happening on the weekly. The people who are trying to get they're trading on the hourly. Okay, so if you look at the weekly's actually, you need to have it above 618. Okay, so it looks like it could get a close above 618 this week, and that's the main focus that you should be paying attention to. Is the weekly, okay? Is the weekly close above 618? All right, that's the only thing you got to pay attention to. All right. Now, you do have earnings in 7 days. You have FOMC next week. So you have a very volatile situation going on. You have the Greenland deal. Like, you got a very, very volatile situation going on. So just make sure you get those weekly closes above 618 and you'll be okay. You'll be okay. And it even looks like, the NASDAQ is pumping up 0.5%. So I think you're going to be good, okay? Don't fall into the fear. Don't fall into the FUD. Stay the course until you get that weekly close below 618, and you got a professional contract. I would have bought a little bit more time. I would have probably got like some Aprils, putting what you put in it. But I think you got professional contracts, meaning you got in the money type of contracts, and it wasn't a roach contract. A roach contract would have been you getting this week expiration 640s. Okay, that would have been that would have been a roach contract. But I think you're good. All right, I like it. Is Wom sick? What? I am a little bit, actually. SMCI, I absolutely love SMCI right here. I'm so mad, though. I'm so mad. The reason I'm so mad is because I was looking at SMCI last week and I didn't get in. I don't know why I didn't get in. Should have got in. And the reason you wanted to get an SMCI, and the reason I'm not going to take too long looking at it, is because right here, okay? As sad as SMCI has been, you cannot ignore it in these huge supports. TSM just put in a record blowout profits when SMCI started reversing. Okay, so I really like SMCI. This isn't where you shorted at all. This is where you would definitely buy calls. And the way last week closed was very, very bullish. We've seen SMCI be at this level and go to 65 in 2 weeks with no earnings. No earnings. No earnings. It just went to 625. You understand? So we know SMCI is a huge mover. I actually really, really, really like SMCI. It's just the fact that I didn't get it, last week when I wanted to get into it at around $29, and now it's above $3. And really, I think it's bottomed out. Okay, this is AI. This is an AI infrastructure type of stock, and in an AI bubble type of market that we're in right now, I think this stock can go up. Okay, it's a $20 billion market cap. It could get to $40 billion. Okay, it could get to $40 billion, especially with what I just said this entire live stream, where small caps are about to get bid massively. Money's going to get rotated massively. It does have earnings in 13 days. That's something to pay attention to, though. Okay. Earnings in 13 days. Okay, and it never beats earnings, by the way. Earnings is always garbage. Not to say it can't go up, because this time right here it did go up, right? But this time it dumped. This time it went up. This time it dumped. This time it dumped. So maybe you hit the lotto and maybe it go. I don't know. But it has earnings in 13 days. Oracle. I don't even want to look at Oracle. I'm not looking at Oracle. I don't like it. Hate it. Hate the stock. Don't like it. Hate it. If you look at Affirm is putting in a reversal weekly type of candle. Okay, this is a reversal weekly candle. If it closes like this, I think this is like a spinning bottom. Who knows their candle language? Who knows their candle language? This is a bottoming out type of weekly candle forming. But anyways, like this is just a very, very good setup. Okay, this is the buying area for something like Affirm. There's no reason to be shorting Affirm right here. Affirm looks like it's ready to make its move to party start 80. First target 92. This is a chart that I just really, 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 really like on a weekly time frame. There's no reason to be bearish on something like this. Ever since June 2023, all it's been doing is putting in higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. There's no reason to believe that this won't put in another higher high. I think it can get to 112. Okay. And even if you look at a smaller time frame, this thing is 4-hour bull diverging. Okay, so it could go up tomorrow. I like it though, regardless. Now I wouldn't. Bro says spinning bottom. Now the thing is, I wouldn't get like ONDS. Let's look at ONDS. If you like RR, if you like SoFi, if you like Robinhood, if you like Iron, if you like Palantir, if you like, there's so many stocks that look like this that it's not even funny. It's actually getting very, very easy to spot these type of stocks and know where they're going. Okay, this is why for ONDS, I remember people wanted me to look at this at like $5, $3, $2, and I told you what was gonna happen. Why? Because the same setup has happened time and time again on a plethora of stocks. Okay, so for ONDS, this thing is going to get to $25. Like I said, in order for a euphoric market to happen, okay, in order for people to get very, very happy, in order for there's a reason people say, when the shoe shiner telling me what stocks to buy, that's what I'm gonna sell. There's a reason people say that. It's because a lot of people are making money at the same amount of time. Okay, so for ONDS, for small caps in general, a lot of people are gonna make money on ONDS. Why? Because it's gonna go to $25. Okay, there's a lot of people gonna make money on a whole lot of stocks. Why? Because the whole market's bullish. Okay, so yes, this is gonna go up. There's no reason not to believe this is gonna go up. Now, where can it go is the real question. And like I said, I think this get to 25, 40, 156. I already have like the levels marked up. Okay, let's get to $56. It's a $5 billion market cap stock. Like if this just gets to 15 billion, it's already sitting at 40. So. And the thing you have to know now is this is ready to go because it has got above where we talked about the party starts level, right? Which is $10. It's above the party start level. It's actually retesting IPO price, which happens once. Like look at RR. If you go look at, oh my goodness, if you go look at RR, this thing is probably gonna do the same thing. If you go look at EOSE, all right, it is like these stocks are like this stock is gonna retest IPO. You understand? If you go look at, Iron, right? IPO. And what happened at IPO? It retest right there for a couple weeks and then blast it off, okay? If you go look at ONDS, these stocks are not about to double top, okay? We don't double top in bull markets, okay? So, I'm not going to double top, all right? Anyways, let's look at Oscar. Why do companies exercise your options when 30 minutes or left? What are you talking about? Are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I think I kind of know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. Oscar, garbage. But I will say, Oscar, what is this? 3 billion. This is where I would buy it. Okay, there's no reason to not. There's no reason to. Let me see something. This stock's garbage. Okay, it needs to get it back above a lot of levels. Now I will say below this level, I would not touch it. Okay, $15 is the bounce area. Now this is actually where I would take my chances for the risk to reward. But other than that, this is garbage. This is where I would take the chance for the risk to reward though. Meaning I would get calls right here and potentially get to 17. Just like, it reminds me of Zeta. Like they're very choppy. Like they're choppy, but they're at levels where the risk to reward is clearly there. Like for Zeta, same thing. And I think I said that. And it's just been consolidating right here. It looks like it's about to break up. So break up meaning it's gonna go up and go back to 27, etc. So I actually like those two stocks, but they're very choppy, and you really want to make sure they stay above those levels, which for Oscar 15. Call 30-minute left before the close. My option got exercised. Why? Oh, I don't know. I think it's probably. I don't know why they do that. They don't do that to me. They don't do that to me. You must have had a 0 days to expiration contract, and you probably weren't watching it. Like sometimes you gotta be watching it. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I'd contact my broker. I would literally just live chat. Just go live chat them. Like, hey, why'd you close my stuff? Don't do that. Roblox, is it going down still? I really, really like Roblox. Roblox might reverse tomorrow. This is do or die right here for Roblox, by the way. If not, this is going to like 70. I still like Roblox. Right here is do or die. This is where it should reverse. It should reverse. This is the do or die situation because you don't get double bottoms. Okay, you rarely get double bottoms, and you know it's gonna double bottom right here. No, it's gonna either pull down right here, get all that liquidity from below here, and then go up, or this is the do or die area. Okay, so I actually really like Roblox heading into tomorrow just based on risk to reward, and even the 4 hour candle right here. These are reversal candles. Okay, so I think Roblox could have a decent day tomorrow. If not, risk to reward is just get out below 75.40, 75.40. So this could just be a good day trade for tomorrow. Thoughts on Netflix? I don't have any thoughts on Netflix. I don't like it. I don't have any thoughts on Netflix. Um, but a lot of people say equity, like people want to buy equity for it, but I just don't have any thoughts for it. Now, this is where you did have that, like, it's at tariff lows, which I don't know how. It's at April tariff lows. So just based on it being there, like, maybe it's a good spot to average into. But, like, Disney, I believe, like, why get into Netflix when Netflix is putting in manipulation candles? Like, these are manipulation candles. And it may reverse. Like, it may reverse, okay? But I would rather and the thing, like, this may reverse, sure. And, it could get back to all-time highs. And that's not even a 2x, by the way, but it could get back to all-time highs. Or, you could just sit in here and mess with something like Disney, which Disney is undervalued. Disney's undervalued, sitting in an amazing chart, sitting in something that is absolutely incredible. It's not even way off from all-time highs. You could get a 2x from Disney from it going back to all-time highs. But really, I think Disney could get to 280 plus. 280 plus. Why? Because a lot of their movies. First of all, Mickey Mouse isn't in the interviews. Their IP is absolutely insane. Okay, and with the rise of AI, a lot of their movies are going to be way, 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 way cheaper to make. Okay, and they're going to be able to make probably even more movies. All right, they still have some of the best writers, some of the best. Come on, man. Come on. I really, really like Disney. I think Disney's going to do super good. They'll probably make even more characters, okay? They're the best marketing. Like, come on, man. It's Disney. It's Disney. People still go to Disneyland. Disneyland's putting in new things. They're putting in new areas. People are still going to Disney World. And even with the rise of AI, you can still have people going to Disneyland and Disney World and doing real world. Oh, my gosh. I'm about to... Man, I'm convincing myself to buy more. Bro, who for real watches Disney movies? Oh my goodness. I bet you watch Disney movies without even realizing you're watching a Disney movie, okay? Who watches Disney movies? You never seen Toy Story? You never seen... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna... You never seen Avatar? You know what, bro? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do it, man. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't feel like doing it. But if you look at Disney is in a 5-year accumulation period. Okay, it's getting ready to break out from that accumulation period and go to my targets, which you have at 129 and even 160 and above 160 is getting all-time highs. But these stocks that are going through these huge accumulation periods that haven't went crazy, like Starbucks. There's a reason Starbucks is about to go absolutely insane. These are the stocks to pay attention to. And that's why I think the market does look like it has still way more legs than it should, okay? The market looks very bullish. Bro, the new ones are so bad. Nah, I like Disney, man. As a company, stock may be good, but I don't see Disney as a long-term successful. You don't see Disney as long-term successful when this stock has been out since 1968, and it's been successful longer than you've been alive, and you don't think Disney? All right, man, you got it. But BA is another stock that's in that accumulation period. We're already seeing BA go crazy. You guys know we talked about this, but BA is another one that's in that 7. This is actually in a 7-year accumulation period. This thing is set out to go back to all-time highs. So these stocks that look like this, like Disney, Starbucks, BA, I think these are layup type of plays heading into this next phase of money rotation. I think out of tech, I think a lot of it out of tech. I think tech inches up, but I think a lot of the money will go towards that type of stuff. Anyways, yeah, 6-year accumulation. Exactly, Disney's accumulation. People know where that's going. My boy Danny G in here. What's up, Danny G? CRWV. Let's look at CRWV. Bullish. Bullish. It just retested. Dang, I wish I saw it. It just retested 92. On a weekly, this thing's ready to continue its move to the upside, okay? And this is very bullish now I'm looking at it. And the reason 92 is so important, first of all, it blasted above 92, but you take the last right here to, down here. Last week it went crazy above, but this week it retested. So very bullish price action. This thing's ready to go to 110. Okay, love it. I love CRWV. Looks very good. Looks like it's ready to blast above, go to 100. It kind of reminds me of what Reddit did. Okay, so those two looks like this. CRWV is like over here. Okay, I think CRWV can actually get back to all-time highs. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys in the next live stream. I've been live for 30 plus minutes. Okay, hopefully I answered some of you guys. Hopefully I answered some of you guys' questions. Okay. We'll chat next time. Okay, we'll chat next time. This video will be uploaded on YouTube. Everything that you need is linked in the bio. Okay, check out the Discord. Okay, follow the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube. Follow the Twitter. And we'll be back, man. We'll be back. But do not get this confused, okay? Do not for a second get deceived, okay? Market is bullish. Market goes to new all-time highs, all right? Like I've been saying, anyways, man. You guys have a great day.